Hello everyone, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me for Storytime with Moonie, where I read short stories every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for littles in every community. You can follow me on Instagram at Moonie the Space Kitty or Moonie the Space Kitty SFW. The only difference between the profiles are the tags that I use. Through the profiles, you'll have access to the items I sell in my little shop. Now grab your stuffie and get real comfy. Tonight's story is the Golden Goose. There was once a man who lived at the edge of the forest. He had 3 sons. One day the eldest boy went to cut wood. His mother gave him cake and some fresh milk to take. After a short time, a little old man with a gray beard approached him. "Would you please give me something to eat and drink?" the old man asked. "I am very hungry and thirsty." But the boy refused. "I won't have enough for myself if I share it with you," he said, and continued cutting wood. A short while later, the axe slipped and cut the boy's arm. He went home to have it bandaged. The second son said that he would go out and cut wood instead. His mother gave him cake and fresh milk. Once again, the old man approached and asked for a share. "No," the boy said, "because whatever I give to you, I can't have myself." Soon after, his axe also slipped and cut his leg. He limped home to have his leg bandaged. The youngest boy, Billy, then said that he would go and cut wood. His father refused. "You are a silly boy. Your brothers have hurt themselves, so you certainly will too," he said. But Billy insisted. At last, his mother gave him a dry biscuit and a bottle of water. He set off into the forest. No sooner had he started work than the old man appeared and asked for a drink and a bite to eat. "It's plain food," Billy said, "but if you're happy with dry biscuit and water, I'll gladly share with you." They shared the biscuit and water, and then the little old man said, "You have been good to me, and you will have your reward. Cut down the tree over there and see what you find inside." Billy did as the man said. Hidden inside the tree trunk, he found a goose with shining feathers of pure gold. Billy wondered how there could be such a strange bird. He looked around for the old man, but he had vanished. So Billy picked up the goose and set off for home. Before long, Billy was totally lost. It was growing dark, so when he came to an inn, he decided to stay the night. The innkeeper had 3 daughters. They were very curious about the golden goose. When Billy went for supper, the oldest girl thought she would steal a single feather. As soon as she put her hand on the goose, she stuck fast to it. No matter how she struggled, she couldn't get free. The middle girl, also wanting a feather, tried to push her sister out of the way, but found that she became stuck fast to her sister's arm. When the youngest girl approached, her sisters warned her not to touch them, but she thought that they were trying to keep the golden feathers off for themselves. She took hold of the middle sister's arm, and immediately she stuck like glue. The next morning, Billy set off down the street with the golden goose, dragging the girls behind him. As they passed a church, the parson called out, "What are you girls doing running after that young man? Let go at once." He tried to pull the youngest girl away, but he was then as stuck as they were. The parson called to his wife to free him, but that just ended with the wife sticking to the parson. 2 farmers ran from their fields to help the strange group, and soon they were stuck fast too. By now, there were 7 people in a line following behind the boy with the golden goose. It was the strangest precision you could imagine. It happened that they passed near the king's palace. He had a daughter, but she was always miserable. No one could make the princess smile, let alone laugh. The king was so desperate to cheer her up that he had promised her hand in marriage to anyone who could make her happy. Many young men have tried to amuse her, telling jokes, doing tricks, fooling around, and making faces, but nothing worked. She was as sad as ever. When the princess looked out of her window that day and saw Billy walking along the street carrying a golden goose, she started to smile. Then she saw the 3 sisters, the parson's wife, and the 2 farmers staggering along behind. Her smile turned into a laugh, and her laugh became louder and louder. She laughed so hard that tears ran down her cheeks. "My dear, what has made you laugh?" the king cried delighted. The princess was laughing so much she couldn't speak. She could only point at Billy, and the long line of people stuck to the goose. The king sent a footman to bring Billy to the palace. "The princess is laughing," the king exclaimed. "You made her laugh. That means you may marry her." "I? Marry the princess?" Billy said. "Why, yes," the king answered. "I am glad that at last someone has helped my poor sad daughter. All I want is for her to be happy. If you can make her smile and laugh, you are the best husband she could have." Suddenly, the golden goose jumped from Billy's arms, and all the people toppled backward, unstuck. Billy and the princess soon married, and they lived long, happy lives full of smiles and laughter. The end. Thank you for letting me read to you tonight. I hope you feel safe and I hope you feel loved. Good night, little ones.